Hello and welcome to another Division 2 video. Today I am covering the brand new incursion on the Division 2 Paradise Lost. I'm giving you a full guide for it. Basically going to show you exactly how we did it on our first clear the other day. I did it with these guys. These will be helping today for the video. Dragonov, Penny and Tearfield. And this video is more about just explaining the mechanics to you. We won't be going in depth with builds. I will be talking as we go and explaining what type of builds we're using all the way. But we're progressing this every day. We're making new builds and there'll be more fodder like build videos and ways of do these bosses with the builds later on. So this is more about the mechanics, and if you've got a team together, you want to get this done, we're going to tell you how to do it, okay? And also all the collectibles we'll be covering today and any secrets that we found as well. So I do hope it is helpful. And I'm speaking all the way through this. I'm playing it as I go to give you as much information as I can. So first up is the first encounter. We're now going to go and complete that. The builds we're using for this is 1 healer and 3 DPS. And you want to make sure all your DPS people have decoys on. They're very good for this. And this can be done very, very quickly. So let's go. So as you're running up here now, you're going to come to a wide area. There will be a load of ads. And naturally, you'd think to take these out. But with your decoys, you're just going to use them to run straight across the wide area. You want to get into the next area. And there's an objective basically to take out the 2 turrets. So we're just going to go and do that as quick as we can. It's the easiest way to do it. Drop decoys as you run through this first area just to take any aggro. And then as you get into the next area here, we go right first. And you just want to have one of your DPS climb on top of this truck. The other DPS will deal with any ads, and the healer will keep everybody healed. Just through the gap in front, you are going to have a throw decoy out as well, just to help. Oh, we haven't got one yet. When you get a decoy back, throw that out just to help with the turret. And you want to take out these barrels through the gap here. When you take these out, that'll take one of the 2 turrets out that you want to get rid of. And then you want to move all the way to the left side now. You can do these in any order that you want. It doesn't have to be right and left. It can be left and right. We just found the right one more difficult. And on the transfer, it's very likely you could go down. That turret hits very, very hard. But once over here, just focus on exactly the same again. You're just trying to get to this gap here, and you're going to shoot out the barrels through the gap. And this one's much easier, as you can see. With that one done, both turrets are then done. You've completed the objective, and all you got to do now is secure the area. So just kill off the rest of the ads. Once the area is all cleared of ads, we now want to progress through this gate here where the objective is telling you to go and open the gate. And there's a collectible that we're going to find. You'll notice it on your minimap in the top left hand side. Just go and pick up your collectible before you do continue. It's just over in this corner here. And that'll be the honeymoon collectible. With that done, there's nothing else that we found in this area here, so just progress forward and jump through the window. There's a second collectible as soon as you come through. Just go through the door here, and you're going to find the second collectible of the Incursion Brave. That'll be 2 out of 10.
Happy birthday.
And then with that, we're going to continue on to the next encounter. So the next encounter, now we do swap the builds around a little bit. The idea of it and the objective is to defend a tanker and go through waves of enemies. There'll be targeted enemies as you go through the waves that are more dangerous that you got to kill. And we'll talk you through it as we go. But basically, you can't let the health of the tanker go down. And if it gets destroyed, it's a white mechanic and you got to start again. So we use 2 DPS here. We use 1 healer and 1 crowd control. They throw a shock turret around the tanker. So if any enemies get close to it, they're shocked and they just stop enemies from shooting it, while the DPS take care of all the ads and the healer keeps everyone healed. It's quite an easy encounter, so let's show you how to do it. And here is the tanker. So where we like the crowd control to go is they'll just go up on top here. They have a good view of the area. Penny's our crowd control. She'll throw the shock trap all around this area. The healer likes to put their healing hive back here, but you put it wherever you want really, as long as you know where the heals are. There you go, you know where to go and get your heals. And you just got to be careful as you go through this encounter because there's loads of explodables. I'll shoot one of them out now. They look like this, and when you shoot them, it gets this fire on the floor and that will burn you. So just be careful of that. There's lots dotted about the area, and as the encounter goes on, more and more of the floor will be on fire. But it's quite simple. When the ads that are targeted spawn, one sniper spawns up there, one sniper spawns up there, and you get like heavy cleaner tanks come out of a door there, a door over there, one in the corner there, one comes here. You'll be very quick with them. But we're going to start the encounter now and talk as we go along. Just interact with the valve to start it. Decoys are good as well here again, as always. Decoys are great throughout this whole incursion.
They're headed for the truck. That thing is basically a bomb.
And the idea is just to kill the ads as quick as you can, really, to get through the waves as quick as you can. You'll see the health of the tanker in the top left corner. That's what you're looking after, and you just don't want that to get low. And just keep an eye out for the enemy spawns on your mini-map as they come in. We haven't had a targeted wave yet, but I think one is up next. So here we go. This is now a targeted wave. You'll notice the diamonds above the NPCs that are going to be doing extra damage to the tanker. So we're going to go up here and just deal with the sniper on the right hand side. There'll be a sniper on the left hand side as well. You can see him all the way over there that we need to deal with. And loads of cleaner tanks as well. And you'll see the fire on the floor there that I mentioned. These targeted enemies will be doing much more damage to the tanker, so it's very important you clear these as quick as you can, make them your priority, and the crowd control will just be trying to like blind them or shock trap them to make sure that they can't do as much damage to the tanker. And after wave one there, we got a few more enemies left, and the tankers took a little bit of damage, but that's okay, that's not too bad at all. Once you've cleared the first wave of targeted ads, you'll have more spawns. Not every wave has targets, which does make it a little bit easy. But it can still do damage, I think. So, you know, you still got to clear the waves as quick as you can, because they are still going to do some damage to that tanker. We've just had another wave again with no targeted ads. I'm doing cuts in this because you'll find your own way of doing it. This is simply all you got to do on this encounter is just clear waves of enemies, you know? And you'll see here's the second wave now where we've got targets. So again, I'm going to focus those targets. I like to go for the snipers first. And the other DPS in the team will focus mainly on the cleaner tanks. I just took one out there. The other sniper's up here, so I'm just going to go and get in. Be careful when you run across this way, because you will go on fire. And there we go. Both snipers are down. Just need to make sure all the tanks are done now. And that, I believe, is all the targets on the second wave done. Now, I think at this point, I think it's this wave now, you're going to get a wave in where you also get drones. They have peculiar names as well. They're named B, I, R, and D, I believe. We think there might be a secret here, and we're actually going to test it out later. Seeing if we shoot them all in that order, B, I, R, D, if there's a secret or something. It's not just yet. We've got another wave now of non-targets to deal with. I do think the next wave of target ads will be the one with the drones. Now, what we try and do, I'm not sure they're going to do it on this run because we're not communicating. But we'll normally time it. We'll leave one ad alive so the crowd control person, they can switch out one of their skills for a jammer pulse. It really helps against the drones. The drones are very, very tanky, and it just pauses them in place for a little bit, so you do some good damage to them. So at this point, just before the next target wave, have your crowd control do that. It really does make a difference. And here we go. I've just had the notification for Rogue Striker drones. So you don't get the main targeted enemies right away. You'll have the drones first. You want to take care of the drones. And I think as one drone is left, you're going to get your next wave in where you have the targeted enemies again. So you see the jammer just went off. They did use it. Use that jammer to good effect. It really does help get rid of these very, very quickly. Because they hit hard as well, you know. Especially when using all red DPS builds. And there we go. So with one drone left, the next targets have just came in. And now you really want to focus on these as quick as you can so you don't do too much damage to the tanker. You're not too far from the end at this point either. So the health being half on the tanker right now is really good. You don't want it to drop much more though. Notice how this tank has been blinded. So it gave us time to deal with other enemies before him. Just reducing the damage the tanker has taken. But we're doing exactly the same again. We're just going around killing the targeted enemies. They're going to be doing more damage to the tanker. And prioritizing them. We've got 2 more here. Take out that tank. And then we've got a sniper up above. So all the targets are down. And we just got to clear out the rest of this wave. You'll get an additional wave now of more targeted ads. And I think this is the last one. Once you've taken out these, you'll be on to the final phase of the fight. Try and save as much health as you can on that tanker, because you may still need some once this wave is done. The first time that we did this, we got fooled and we failed. So make sure you don't do the same thing, because it appears that the encounter is clear. And it's not. But I'll show you in a moment. Let's just clear this wave out. And there we go. You get an objective to open the gate and you think all is done and you're completed. But you're not. We've now got to go into the mansion in front of us. When we open that door, the actual boss of this encounter is going to come out. It's one final tank, and he is only going to be interested in one thing, which is the tanker. If this is low health, which it was for us the first time that we did this, if you don't deal with this right, he's going to make it explode, you're going to wipe, and you'll be starting the whole encounter again. So what we do here is we just get a tank on. The tank is basically going to go up to the door to make him spawn in, and he's going to block the shots that he tries firing at the tanker. There's no crowd control here. You can't like stick him in place or anything like that. So just have the 1 tank and 3 DPS, or 1 tank, 1 healer, 2 DPS, and just kill him as quick as you can. Highly advised to take the backpack out, or the backpack weak spot out, because it'll remove his helmet, making it easier to kill him. But just kill him as quick as you can. We'll do it now. So I'm just going to shoot the door. Let Teofil know we're ready. Teofil's our tank. He's going to go and open the door for us, and the boss will spawn. There we go. We've got a healer and 2 DPS. He gets in the way. Me and the other DPS will jump inside and just get that backpack gun. I can then just shoot him in the head to kill him very, very quickly. And it's as easy as that, really. The tanker is still alive. And now that is the true end of this encounter. Before you continue, there's a secret here that you're going to want to take advantage of. I'm just going to pick up my loot. You got to make sure everybody is inside and the door closes. And before you go ahead, there is a painting on the wall right near the door that you came in through. You interact with this painting. There's a switch behind. You just want to press this switch. This is going to enable you to get a collectible later on the incursion that appears to be bugged out, a lot of people think. It's not. You just got to make sure you hit this switch first. You'll be able to get it. So we'll talk about that collectible later. With that pressed, we are ready to go. We do need to pick up the key that it revealed first, though. A key is going to reveal here for the tasting room. Pick that up and continue on with the incursion. We'll go and pick up some more collectibles as we go now. You will come through this room where there's a tank. There's some enemies. You'll clear them out. It's a room with the chandeliers. And then you'll have to continue this way. You'll come up to these stairs. You'll be notified that there is a collectible to find here. It's just in this door to the right, but the door's locked. You can't get in it. If you look through the window, though, and look up through the hole in the wall, you'll see the junction box there. Just shoot that out. The door will open, and you'll be able to get your next collectible called the setup. With that collected, you can continue forward. You'll come into this room, and it's a little bit of a puzzle, but you basically just need to find this book on the fireplace here. It instructs you to do that anyway. Interact with it. That's going to open this bookshelf over here for you to run through. And you'll be able to go downstairs. And you're now on to the next encounter, and probably some people would say the most difficult encounter of the incursion. This one's a good one, and we'll go in and explain exactly how we do this as we go. But first, the build setup that we do have for this is again going to be 1 healer and 3 DPS. One of the DPS is a tardigrade, so we have the survivability from the tardigrade exotic if our armor goes. And the other 2 DPS we're using is the striker, I believe, a striker DPS. But you can use any DPS that you're comfortable with, you know, go with what you want. That's what we're using. And where I said decoys were good before, decoys would work well here. But another good option is a assault turret. Basically, you're just going to be using skills on your DPS people that are just going to distract the enemies. And we quite like using the assault turret. It just stops the enemies from getting to us from where we're going to be positioned. As we go through the door, this is the main encounter room now for this boss. And it's one of the most difficult ones, as I just said. And you'll notice these pads on the floor. I'm just going to go over what these pads do. We've got 2 circles here. We identify these as the record player. There's 3 square pads over here we identify as the booth. You have 2 square pads over there near where the boss is in that door. That's the stage. And there's 3 circle pads over here. And we call this the bar. Now, the whole sort of mechanic of this fight is just getting the boss on one of these pads, getting him wet, and that enables the damage phase to do damage, which lasts a short amount of time, and you'll rinse and repeat until he's dead. It's pretty much it. We'll talk through it as we go. But just know that there is a sort of wipe mechanic. You do have a certain amount of time between the damage phases that you got to get him wet again, or he will rage. And when he rages, he does a maneuver that wipes you all. So you got to be quite quick, but at the same time, you do have plenty of time to have errors and recover if needed. But if you take too much time, that wipe mechanic will happen, so make sure you're rotating quite quickly. Now, one person will have the eye of the boss at all times, so when I start this now, I'm going to be that person to get it. I'm just going to walk up to the door, so start the encounter off. And just like Boomer on Dark Hours, if you have done that, if you shoot at the boss, you'll get the eye as soon as he spawns, rather than just be random. And I'm going to take the eye from the boss right away. So just shoot him, get the eye. I'll be the first one to take him to one of these pads. And we're going to use the bar. Now, when you're this person kiting the boss, just get him on a pad, back up. Inside, someone will hit a valve to make him wet like that. And then you can do damage. I think the chest piece might be a weak spot on the boss, so maybe aim for that. But do as much damage as you can. And eventually he'll go immune, signaling the next phase, where you'll do exactly the same again. Now, someone else will have the eye now, and whoever hits the valve inside here to make the water go off will be the one that has the eye. So they'll be kiting him to the next spot outside. And these are the valves that we're hitting. This valve here is just what we use to do the bar. You'll notice once we've used it, it goes on a countdown. You got to wait for that to get all the way back up to 99 before you can use it again. So the bar's out of order right now. But the other 3 we can use. We got this one here with 2 squares on that we've just pulled. That just wet that square there. The boss needed to be there though. There you go. It wet that one as well. He's taking damage again. That again will go on countdown now. We can't use that, so that's also out of order. And once he's immune, we'll then have to use one of these 2. We've got this one here, which is the 2 circles where the record player is. We've got this one here, which is 3 squares where the booth is. Once you do so much damage to him, you'll enter that phase there where he does that sort of maneuver. You'll notice on the health bar at the top, there's segments. That's the first segment gone. Make sure you're all standing in the healer hive when he does that so you don't die. And then you're ready to just continue again and work on the next segment. But more ads do come in as you go along. So just make sure the ad control is on point and throw your assault turrets down as well if needed so they can take some of the aggro. It is literally just rinse and repeat from this moment really. This one's still down as you can see, but this one here is currently at 80, so these 2 are still out of order. We'll normally do the booth next because of that, which I think we've just done. And we're doing some more damage. Notice how we always bring him back in here as well. We'll take him out to get him wet, but then come back here to do the damage. Just because the amount of cover we have in this area, you do need to watch his area of effect attack though. So we've currently done 3 valves. We did the bar, we did the stage, we did the booth. The final one is the record player. We kind of leave that because of how far you got to go if you're the one kiting. But by the time you've done 3, the bar should be back up, which it is. So whoever's got the eye now is going to take him over to the bar. They've just gone down, so we'll have to save them. We've got 2 downs. I think I'm just going to go out and just get Tearfield back up and do some ad control quickly. Oh, he's back up. There we go. Ad control is really key on this. If you do feel like the ads are getting a bit overwhelming with snipers and stuff, don't be afraid to have someone go out and get them gone, you know? Because the person kiting going outside, they're going to have a lot of aggro if you don't clear them. I think we're ready now, though. We're taking him to the bar. Tearfield's ready on the valve. Dragonov's kiting him over there. And we'll get another bar sequence in. He looks ready. There we go. He took her down, but we can do damage to the boss again. And we're well over halfway to the next segment now. I'm just going to do some ad control with the ads coming in. Notice how he focused the turret then. Just why they're quite handy. Just make sure the turrets are placed outside of your healer hive, or they'll suck up all those heals. You don't want that to happen. The restorer hive rather will go very, very quickly. Also, you'll notice as well, after every instance or damage phase that you're doing, is creating more fire on the floor outside. That means when you do come out, you need to dodge all this stuff. It can hurt you. But we're doing well at this point. I'm going to do a little bit more ad control. I'm going to go in revive Tearfield. Your healer goes down. It's very important you get them back up. You want that hive in here at all times. And as you can see, we do have room for error. We're having a little bit of a recovery phase right now. Things have got a little bit on top of us. But it's not a problem. We're getting the ads clear and we're nearly ready to go again. I think we're doing stage. We have just done stage. But did we miss him? Yeah. Okay, we've recovered. We took a little bit of time there. We're probably getting close to him getting rage now, so we really need to hurry up. But we did recover in time. It took that long that the bar's back up, so we're just going to use that. The bar is the easiest one, by the way, because right outside the door here is why we always start on it as well. And if you run out of ammo, there's some ammo in here also, which is brilliant. So use the bar whenever you can. We've just done the second segment on his health bar now, which means we have this phase again with all the mist. We'll make sure we're inside the restorer hive. If you run out, just make sure there's chem launchers down to survive it. And we're on the last phase now. There's still one more segment, as you can see on the health bar. But you won't have another phase like that. You'll just kill him now. You want to keep on doing as much damage as possible until you kill him. But this is the hardest part. At this stage, there's going to be more fire on the floor outside if you go out there. There's going to be more ads spawning. And you're also going to get cleaner tanks as well. And they've got to be a priority. If you see any of the cleaner tanks, you want to take them out as quick as possible, because they're really going to cause a lot of difficulty if you let them all get close. Here's one here. Oh. I just got hit by the boss inside. That's what I was saying earlier about the area of effect from the boss. If he gets you inside, it can be a little bit annoying. Let's come in to get some heals. I'm just going to do some ad control now just before we do the boss again. You will have enemies spawn as well inside this room with you. Just be wary of that. They're normally rushers, so when you do hear them spawn, get them gone ASAP. And I think we've cleared up on the ads now. One more tank outside. With all the tanks and ads cleared up, we'll now be free to go and get the boss sorted. Again, we'll be closing in on the wipe mechanic now, so we've got to be quick with this. Do take the time you need to get the ads gone, though, otherwise they're going to wipe you anyway. Okay, we've just hit him at the bar again, and we're doing some damage. I think we literally just got that in time before the wipe mechanic there. You do really have a lot of time before the before each damage phase, you know. I keep on stressing it, but ad control is key on this fight. The ads are really going to be a nuisance if you don't keep them under control. So once you do a damage phase, you will get more tanks spawn as well. Basically, as you go down segments at this point in the boss's armor, you'll get more ads spawn and you'll get more tanks spawning. So it's basically at this point a case of do boss damage, do ad control before doing boss damage again. And I think we're ready for the next phase now. We're probably 1 or 2 phases away from completion here. Tearfield's just taking the boss around for a lap. I imagine we're doing the booth area now. And there we go. Pen's hitting him. He's now wet. We can do another damage phase. And we might finish him here. We'll definitely get him beyond that last segment. And I think once you've got him beyond that last segment, you're done pretty much. The boss is now going to die. And you have finished the encounter, but you do need to make sure you clear the rest of the enemies. So just make sure you don't die to remaining ads. So you have to start all of this again. But there we go. Ads are gone. Loot has dropped. And we finished the encounter. It's quite a hard one to explain that one on the go, because comms are so important. And I was out with the comms there. But I hope we explained it quite well. And that mechanics were quite simple. This is a very tricky encounter to do for your first try. Now we've got the loot. We're now going to show you where to get that secret collectible. So that switch behind the painting at the start, or a while back that we did, that opens a door along this corridor for a collectible. You'll notice this gold door here, and behind it is a collectible to get. There it is. You can't get it through that door, but when you come around here, that key that you picked up after flicking the switch opens this door. So that's how you open that. You're not able to go back at this point, so if you miss that key, then you have to restart the incursion to get that key again, and you'll be able to come and get this condolences collectible. With that collectible done, there's another one that we're going to find. It's a little bit easier to do. We'll progress forward through this vents, and we go down this ladder. At the bottom of the ladder, you're going to notice a couple of doors. We've got that door in front of us over there, and we've got this door here that we can shoot a lock off. If we do that and open this up, you'll notice that there's this gate here with a collectible. To get that, we just want to take a fuse out of this fuse box. We're then going to go and open this door over here, but to do that, we've got to find a junction box the other side. There it is. That'll open this up. We'll plug the fuse into this. When the light comes back on, we can open this door. Inside here is going to be a key, which is the gate key. We take that gate key back to the other room that we're in here, which will open this gate. And that'll allow us to get the next collectible here, Speakeasy. That's 7 out of 10. And now we're ready to go on to the final encounter. We've got all the collectibles up to this point. There's been a few dropping on the bosses as well. There'll be another collectible on the last boss. And the last bosses are called the Lovebirds. You'll find them by just continuing on through the tunnel system. And at the end, you'll climb up this ladder all the way to the top, and you'll be outside the main final area. Outside, you'll go up some stairs, you'll enter this area here, there'll be a restock box, and the gate to the final encounter. For this encounter, we stick with 1 healer and 3 DPS builds. The DPS builds, again, that we used were 2 strikers. We had a tardigrade DPS, along with the healer. And how this basically works, just to give you a brief before we go through it. As soon as you go in, straight in front of you are the Lovebirds boss. You'll shoot at them, start the encounter. And the mechanic here basically is they have this drone that heals each other. One of them at a time will have it. You'll be able to cause damage to the other one. Cause damage to that boss, and then the other boss will send the drone over to heal them. At that point, you can destroy that drone. They'll retreat to the center to heal it, and at that point you can do even more damage before there's like a mortar phase, ad spawns, and things like that you got to deal with. And you just keep on doing damage until you basically kill one of them. The aim is to kill one of them first. We always kill Johnson first. Once Johnson is dead, they'll stop spawning that drone, and you can kill the other boss. There's a lot more going on there. There'll be sniper turrets that are a pain in the bum and all sorts. So I'm going to explain this as I go, but that's just the gist of it. As we go in, I will just discuss positioning, and make sure you change your skills as well. If you're on the turret still from the last boss, change over to decoys again for this one. How we position ourselves is the healer will go on the right side with some of the DPS, and the DPS will go on this side, and the healer will place their hive down over here, so you got some heals, and they'll look after the others with chems. Ad spawns in this area, you'll be dealing with a load of ads. They spawn from the corner over there, they spawn from the corner over there, and I think they spawn at the back as well. To start the fight, you just shoot at them. It'll start a mortar phase. Just dodge the mortars. The bosses will come down from their perch. And there's an eye system in place. Now, the red eye will be Martinez. The green eye will be Johnson. And one of them will have the drone on. The one with the drone on them can't take damage and will be immune. The one without the drone, you can do damage to. And that's Martinez right now. Now, whenever you're doing damage to Martinez, to help speed things up, we're going to try and kill Johnson first. We'll do enough damage to Martinez. This is every single phase you'll be doing this if you get the opportunity. And what will happen is Martinez is going to call for the hive from Johnson. Not the hive, sorry, the drone from Johnson. He's just doing that now. He's asking for the drone. We'll let the drone reach him. We'll do some damage to it, but not destroy it. We'll just do a little bit of damage. There we go. And what that's going to do is going to heal Martinez, but allow us to get a damage phase in on Johnson, who we want to kill first. So I'm now going to do as much damage to Johnson as we can. I've got to stay over here, though, because I've got the eye. I've got to keep the bosses separated. The reason you do this is that when they call for the drone, it's a longer distance for you to kill the drone. So I'll just keep Martinez over here while the rest of my team damages Johnson. And when Johnson's took enough damage, they'll ask for the drone. They'll send it over and we'll destroy it. When the drone goes down, you go into this sort of phase where both of the Lovebirds will come back up here and they're going to repair the drone that you just destroyed. It's a good opportunity to do some extra damage to Johnson, though. Johnson will come up here. You can get some good bullets into them while they're repairing the drone. They might throw skills out at you and stuff like that, so do be careful of that. And pull out before you die, and watch for any chem vapor as well, like this coming now. You don't want to get caught in that. Once you've done enough damage, pull out, and what's going to happen now is another mortar phase. But you've also got sniper turrets to deal with and ads. So make sure you keep it on top of the ads. Make sure you keep it on top of the sniper turrets, and you're watching these mortars. These mortars will stop, but the ads and sniper turrets from here on out pretty much are going to be constant. We can see one over there. They hit you so hard and they beam. If you don't have a decoy, be very careful. It can literally just turn and shoot you instantly. Just be very careful with them. I'll basically save my decoy for them at this point. If I've got to take out a sniper turret, I'll throw the decoy down so it focuses it, and I'll take out the sniper turret. Once you've done the mortar phase, the bosses drop back down. You'll get the eye system going again. You'll need to make sure they're separated. Just see who's taking the heals. Johnson's on heals again at this point. So again, we're going to do what we did before. I've just got the eye from Martinez, who's going to kill me. Oh, no, just got healed. Great heal there, by the way. And we're going to do as much damage to Martinez as we can again. So Martinez calls for the drone. Being very careful of any ads that need dealing with, or any sniper turrets that need dealing with. Once he's took enough damage, he'll call for that drone. And we don't want to destroy the drone again. We just want to do a little bit of damage on the first one, because now it gives us an extra phase to damage Johnson. It's got some ads to deal with. There we go. And now we can go and do some good damage to Johnson. Remembering, after this damage phase, we are going to want to destroy that drone. So I'm in a good position now to get some damage in. Some sniper turrets about, which I'm kind of like just dodging naturally right now. We see it over there, we'll deal with it. Just throw the decoy out. Oh, that's a terrible throw. And then take out the sniper turret. Right, we'll do some more damage to Johnson. They're calling for the drone. We've got to take this drone out this time. There we go. And it's just rinse and repeat. They're going to come back here. At this point, though, because we've gone over half of the armor, Johnson's going to put a healing hive out, or a healing box. We need to destroy that. So, also a very awkward sniper turret.
Hostile sniper turret detected.
Let's deal with that. And just wait for that healing box to go out.
Serious trauma detected.
There it is. The healing box is just there. We destroyed it very quickly. If you don't destroy that healing box, they will get a big fat heal off of it, so be careful. I've took it down there, but we've got a revive hive. With the healing box done and that phase done, look, they've only got about one bar of armor left after 2 phases, which is really good. In fact, we're nearly done there, to be honest with you. It's rinse and repeat. We're going to pull out, dodge the mortars. There's going to be sniper turrets again and ads. There'll be more ads. There'll be snipers. There'll be grenaders this time as well. The further you go in this, the harder it gets in that respect. And I do just want to mention at this point, there is a rage mechanic like the boss fight as well. If you take too long between the damage phases, which is them going back up top to repair the drone, they will rage, and striker drones will come in as well. You got to contend with them. It's just pretty much impossible at that point. Make sure you don't take too long between these phases of destroying the drone. You do have enough time, like on the last one, to recover from an error and do ad control and stuff, but if you take too long, they will rage, and you'll know that because there'll be skulls on the health bars. Anyway, we're on the last bit now. I think Johnson's got the heals again, so we're going to kill Johnson now, and we'll do it the same way we've done it all the way through. We'll bring Martinez's health down. He'll call for the drone. We won't kill the drone to enable us to do damage to Johnson. And there we go. So he's going to send over the drone now, do a little bit of damage to it, but not destroy it. And we'll now be able to take Johnson out with the little health that they've got. And just like that, they're dead. They'll say their goodbyes. And we'll have one more boss to defeat, Martinez. It's not over yet, though. You still do need to be careful. A lot of people fail at this point. You'll have a mortar phase once you kill Johnson. There won't be any more sniper turrets now, thankfully. You just need to deal with any mortars, Martinez, and now ads. So will be more ads spawning now. Plenty of rushers, plenty of snipers as well. So keep the ad support as priority. Make sure the ads are dealt with. And in between that, you're just going to kill Martinez. And it's as easy as that at this point. He is quite tanky. But all that this fight involves now is just clearing any ads that spawn and taking Martinez out while dodging mortars when they come in. Decoys are still very good at this point. Martinez will hunt down those decoys, so use that to your advantage. And there we go. Martinez is destroyed. Martinez will blow up, and that'll be the end of the incursion. Be sure to walk over the loot to collect your collectibles, and also maybe a patch as well. There's a few patches you get throughout this incursion. And they have a chance of dropping the exotic as well. The exotic SMG that's attached to the incursion. A 1% chance every single time you do it, you can get it to drop on one of the bosses on this incursion. If you don't get it that way, though, which is very unlikely, at the end of the incursion, you have the chest up here. You'll get 1 key for completing the incursion each week to open this. Every Tuesday it resets. And you'll get a guaranteed exotic out of it. I got the chameleon this time, but you also have a 10% chance per week of getting a new exotic SMG, the Ouroboros, if that's how you pronounce it. So open this and good luck with that. Collect your loot and hopefully you get that. If you don't get it, though, like I said, it's once per week. You'll have to wait until the reset the next Tuesday for a chance to do that. But that's exactly how you complete this incursion. Now, I just bring up the collectibles, and I'm bringing them up because we've shown you where we got all the collectibles we found so far. Just under comms, you're going to find Incursion Merit Estate, and we've only found 8 of them. So we've kind of shown you the 2 secret ones and the ones dotted about, and we've obviously picked up the ones off the bosses that have died, but there's still 2 more to find. If anyone has any information on where these are, how you get them, please let me know, because we want them. We want to max this out 10 out of 10, and we're not so sure right now. I do think potentially killing the other boss first, so killing Martinez first, and then killing Johnson might be one of them. We're going to test that out after recording this video. If I am right, I will put an edit in at the end here. But that's the end of this guide. I hope it's been helpful. That's basically how you complete the incursion. I plan to do more going forward on like the best builds to use and real thorough boss by boss guides and showing you in full. If you do want to see a full run of this without any of the edits, I uploaded our first completion over on more GCROCK. That can be linked down in the video description. Go and check that out. Well, thank you for watching this one. Don't forget to give it a like if this has helped you today. Subscribe for more content from myself and come and check out our community. We'll be helping with this incursion through our Shade Team setup that we have. We've helped thousands of people through raids. We'll be helping with incursions as well. That's also linked down in the video description via our Discord link. Until next time, thank you for watching. Stay safe and peace out.